Hold on to your wallets, folks, because we're diving into the murky waters of Kenya's energy sector. At the center of this story is a controversial deal between Kenya's electricity transmission company, KETRACO, and the Indian conglomerate, Adani. This isn't just any deal. We're talking about a $736 million project to build new power lines. Sounds exciting, right? Well, hold your applause because things aren't as rosy as they seem. Here's where things get fishy. This Adani deal is facing some serious heat, and for good reason. When you compare the cost of this project to similar ones KETRACO has undertaken in the past, something smells rotten. It's like going to buy a used car and being quoted a price twice as high as the sticker on the window. The Adani project's costs are through the roof, and no one seems to be able to explain why. Now, I'm no math whiz, but even I can tell that something doesn't add up here. Now, let's talk about how this whole deal went down. Remember that used car salesman analogy? Well, imagine if he also made you buy the car in a dark alley with no paperwork. That's pretty much what the procurement process for this Adani deal felt like: secretive, shady, and lacking any semblance of transparency. Public participation? Forget about it. Competitive bidding? Not so much. It's almost as if they went out of their way to keep things hush-hush. And that, my friends, is a recipe for disaster. Now, the folks pushing this deal will tell you it's all about bringing cheaper power to the people. They'll spin tales of lower electricity bills and a brighter future for Kenya. But let's be real, folks, this is like saying a new gold toilet will improve your plumbing. Sure, it's shiny and new, but it doesn't change the fact that the pipes are still clogged. This deal reeks of the same old story. Big corporations and politicians making promises they can't keep, and who ends up footing the bill? You guessed it, the Kenyan people. Another troubling aspect of this deal is the impact on local Kenyan businesses. Remember those shady backroom dealings? Well, it turns out that local contractors were largely left out in the cold. It's almost as if the powers that be were more interested in handing out favors to foreign companies than supporting their own people. This isn't just about fairness, it's about economic empowerment. When local businesses are sidelined, it stifles innovation and robs communities of vital opportunities. This Adani deal has brought Kenya's energy sector to a crossroads. On one hand, there's a desperate need for investment and infrastructure improvements. On the other hand, deals like this leave a bitter taste in your mouth. They raise serious questions about who benefits from these projects and whether they're truly in the best interests of the Kenyan people. The choices made today will have a lasting impact on Kenya's energy future. Will it be a future powered by transparency and accountability, or one shrouded in secrecy and questionable dealings? This whole saga underscores a fundamental truth. Sunlight is the best disinfectant. When deals are made in the shadows, it breeds suspicion, distrust, and ultimately corruption. Kenya deserves better. They deserve a government that is accountable to its people, a government that operates with transparency, and a government that prioritizes the needs of its citizens above the greed of corporations. It's time for the Kenyan government to step into the light, open the books, disclose the details of this Adani deal, and let the people decide if it's truly in their best interests. The Adani-KETRACO deal is a wake-up call. It's a reminder that the fight for a just and equitable energy future requires constant vigilance. It demands that we hold our leaders accountable and demand transparency in all government dealings. The people of Kenya deserve a brighter future, one powered by clean, affordable energy and fueled by integrity and accountability.